Trapped between a violent army and a raging sea, one man stood with nothing but a staff in his hand. No ships, no soldiers, no escape in sight. Behind him, the most powerful empire on earth closed in with swords and chariots. In front of him, a wall of waves. The end seemed certain. But what happened next would echo through history and leave behind a sign that still exists to this very day. The story of Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, and the Pharaoh of Egypt is one of the most dramatic and powerful events ever recorded. It is not just a tale of escape, but a story of divine power, oppression, miracles, and ultimate justice. And it all begins in the shadow of a tyrant. Pharaoh Ramses II ruled Egypt with absolute power. He claimed to be a god himself, and under his rule the children of Israel were enslaved. They were beaten, humiliated, and forced into labor every single day. But one night, a warning came. Pharaoh saw a dream that terrified him. In it, he saw a child from the Israelites rise and destroy his kingdom. So what did he do? He ordered the killing of every newborn boy from the Israelites. It was during this massacre that a baby was born. His name was Musa. Fearing for his life, his mother placed him in a basket and set him afloat on the Nile River. And by the will of Allah, the baby was found, not by an ordinary person, but by the wife of Pharaoh himself. She saw the innocent child and begged her husband to keep him, and just like that, the future prophet was raised in the palace of the very tyrant who wanted him dead. Years passed. Musa, peace be upon him, grew up strong and wise, but he never forgot his people. One day, he witnessed an Egyptian taskmaster beating an Israelite slave. In an attempt to stop the fight, Musa, peace be upon him, struck the man and accidentally killed him. Fearing for his life, he fled Egypt. He ran through deserts and wilderness until he reached the land of Midian. There, he lived in peace for years. But one day something incredible happened. As he walked through the mountains, he saw a fire, burning on a tree that was not consumed. He approached it, and from the flames came a voice. It was Allah, speaking directly to Musa, peace be upon him. He was chosen as a prophet, and given a mission, return to Egypt and free his people. Musa, peace be upon him, was afraid of Pharaoh, afraid of being rejected. But Allah reassured him, I am with you, hearing and seeing. So the prophet returned. He stood before Pharaoh, the man who raised him, the man who called himself God, and demanded, let the children of Israel go. Pharaoh laughed. He mocked the prophet, peace be upon him, and demanded proof. So Allah gave him miracles. Musa's staff turned into a living snake. His hand shone with a brilliant light. And still Pharaoh refused. So the signs became plagues. The Nile turned to blood. Frogs invaded the land. Lice, boils, locusts, darkness. One by one the signs came, but Pharaoh's heart remained hard. Finally Allah commanded Musa, peace be upon him, to take his people and escape by night. And so, under the cover of darkness, thousands of men, women, and children fled Egypt. When Pharaoh awoke, he was enraged. He gathered his massive army and chased them. The children of Israel reached the sea, and they were trapped. Ahead, endless water. Behind, a furious army. They cried out, Musa, we are doomed. But Musa, peace be upon him, stood firm. He said, no, my Lord is with me, he will guide me. Then Allah commanded him, strike the sea with your staff. And when he did, the sea split. Towering walls of water rose up on both sides, and a path appeared. Musa, peace be upon him, and his people crossed safely. But Pharaoh, blinded by arrogance, followed. And when he entered the path, Allah closed the sea. Pharaoh and his army were drowned. At the very moment of his death, Pharaoh tried to believe. He said, I believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun. But it was too late. And then Allah said, so today we will preserve your body, so that you may be a sign for those who come after you. And this is where it becomes even more amazing. In 1898, the mummified body of Pharaoh Ramses II was discovered in the Valley of the Kings, perfectly preserved. No one could explain how his body had survived for over 3,000 years. But we know, because Allah told us in the Qur'an, his body was preserved as a sign for all mankind. A reminder that no matter how powerful someone may appear, no one is greater than Allah, and his justice always prevails. Please comment your thoughts, share and subscribe you like this.